Yes, sir.
Okay.
Recording हो रहा है.
Yes. Okay. So now let's start the class. Okay. Now let's start the class. Hmm. So, am I visible?
Yes, sir.
Am I visible? Okay, let's start. So, we were learning, morning students, we were learning about the fuels. Okay. So, what is fuels? So, I will use my board. Okay. I will use my board. And unfortunately, today I don't have my laptop. It is out of order, but I will use the board. Here I have one board and I will use it. Okay. And I hope you will find the class interesting. So once again, let me revise to see what is fuel. Okay. So topic is fuel. Okay. Topic is fuel, right? Before we proceed to the fuel, we first know what is energy, right? What is energy? This is, it is, it is capacity to, it is capacity to, it is capacity to do work. Capacity to do work is called energy, is called energy. Okay. Capacity to do work, it is called energy. Okay.
Sir,
Right. I hope you have understood it. Then here next is why do we require the energy, right? Then next is why do we require energy? Next is why do we require, why do we require energy? Why do we require energy? Okay. So answer, it is we require energy to do work. We, or we, energy is required for, energy is required for doing work, right? Energy is required for doing work. I hope you have understood it. Why do we require the energy? We require the energy to do the work. Then we have the next thing. Do the living beings required energy, or even the non-living beings required also energy? So energy is the requirement for the both. Okay. Requirement of energy is for both. Okay. Energy is required. Energy is required. Energy is required for both living and non-living. Okay. Energy is required for both living and non-living being. Okay. Energy is required for both non-living and living beings. I hope you have understood it. And this is the energy is required for both living and non-living beings. Okay. Then we have studied. Then we have studied. Then we have studied that from where living beings. Okay. Energy, living. Okay. From where do the living things get energy? Living things get energy, and second is the non-living. Okay. Second is non-living. So living being get energy from food. Living being get energy from food. And non-living generally get from the fuel. Okay, fuel, what we call fuel. Okay, now we have the next thing. Okay, next to it we have learned about the fuel. What is fuel? Okay, next we have learned about fuel. What is fuel? Okay, so fuel, anything 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 which burn to produce energy, is called fuel. Okay, which burn to produce energy, this is called fuel. Okay, so next we have discussed can food be said as a fuel. Then we have the next question, can food be said as a fuel? Can food be said as fuel for living being? What will be it answer? Yes. What will be it answer? It answer will be yes. Yes. Food get burnt inside our body and give energy. Okay, right? Food is burnt inside our body. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Let's see. Can food be said as a fuel for our living body? Yes, food gets burnt inside our body and gives energy. Okay, then we proceed the next. Where is that cloth? Where is that cloth? No, that dry cloth. This is wet cloth, beta. Where is dry cloth? Kapda. Give me. Kapda kidhar rakha gaya? Okay. Next. Okay. Next. What we come to the conclusion that anything which does it work, it require energy. Okay. What we come to conclusion? We come to conclusion that anything which does it work require energy. Okay, require energy. Anything which does it work, जो काम करता है उसको एनर्जी चाहिए. ठीक है. maybe living or non-living. Okay, maybe living or non-living. I hope you have understood. Anything which does it work require energy, may be living or non-living. Okay, So I hope it is clear to you. So next, okay. Next we will see types of fuels. Okay. Next is type of fuel. Okay. We have three types of fuel: solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. Each types of fuel has got its own merits and own demerits. Each type of fuel has got its merits and demerits that we will see. Okay, let's see about the solid fuel. Solid fuel, solid fuel. Okay, merits. First we will learn about the merits. Okay, merit of solid fuel. Merit of solid fuel. Okay, first, easily available. Easily available. Okay, second, easily transportable. Easily available, easily transportable. Okay, it is easily available and easily transportable. Okay, it is not costly. Not costly. Okay, I hope you have understood it. It is not costly. Okay, and what are the demerits? Now let's come to the demerit part of the solid. Let's come to the demerit part of the solid fuel. Demerit of solid fuel. Okay, demerit of solid fuel. First demerit, low energy providing. Provide low energy. It provide low energy. या यहाँ पे ऐसे लिख लो, it gives low energy. Second, highly polluted. Highly polluted. Highly polluted. So these are the demerit of solid fuel. Okay, these are the demerit of the solid fuel. Proceeding to the next, we have the liquid fuel. We have the example about the liquid fuel. Okay, so now let's check the example of solid fuel first. Okay, let's check the example of solid fuel. Okay, example of solid fuel. Example of solid fuel. Okay, first example, very common example, wood. Second, coal. Third, charcoal. Agricultural waste. Agricultural waste. It's cow dung cake. Cow dung cake. Right. Cow dung cake. So these are the example of the solid fuels. I hope you have understood it. And now We proceed to the next topic, that is liquid fuel. That is liquid fuel. Okay. Let's see about the new topic, that is liquid fuel. That is liquid fuel. First, we will learn merits. Merits. High energy. High energy, providing low pollution, then solid fuel, then solid fuel. High energy providing, then solid fuel. Solid fuel से ज्यादा एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करता है और सॉलिड फ्यूल से ज्यादा एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करता है और ये कम पॉल्यूशन करता है सॉलिड फ्यूल से. I hope you have understood it. So what are the demerits? Now we will see about the demerits of the solid fuel. Okay. So then we will see the demerits. Demerits. Tough to transport. Tough to transport. Tough to transport. Okay. Tough to store. Tough to store. So these are the two demerits of the liquid fuel. ओके. घर में रखने, ये इसको स्टोर करने में दिक्कत और इसको ट्रांसपोर्ट करने में भी दिक्कत. ठीक है. दिस इज द डिमेरिट ऑफ द लिक्विड फ्यूल. ओके. नाउ लास्ट विल बी द एग्जांपल. ओके. लास्ट विल बी द एग्जांपल ऑफ लिक्विड फ्यूल. ओके. एग्जांपल केरोसिन, petrol, diesel, etc. Okay. So this is all about the example of the liquid fuel. Now let's come to the gaseous fuel. Okay. Let's come to the gaseous fuel. Okay. क्या पाउज है ये? So now come to the gaseous fuel. Okay. Gaseous fuel. Okay. Let's see about the gaseous fuel. Let's see about the gaseous fuel. Okay. What are the merits? First we will see the merit. Okay. First we will see the merit. Okay. What is its merit? High calorific value, high energy, high energy, high energy. Second is the low pollution. High energy, high energy and low pollution. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लो पॉल्यूशन. ओके, नेक्स्ट. और डिमेरिट इसका देखते हैं. अब इसका डिमेरिट पार्ट को भी देख लेते हैं. व्हाट इज द डिमेरिट ऑफ द गैसियस फ्यूल? डिमेरिट tough to store and transport, tough to store and transport. Okay, it need technology. It need technology. It need technological know-how. It need technological know-how. ठीक है, इसको कैसे चलाना है इसकी जानकारी हमें होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट will come example of the gaseous fuel. Okay, example of gaseous fuel. Example: LPG, PNG, CNG are the example of gaseous fuel. I hope it is clear to you all. Now we will proceed further. Types. What are the types of the fuel? Okay. Next we will see the types of fuel. Okay. First is we will see another type, domestic fuel. Domestic fuel. Okay, domestic fuel. The fuel which is used in house is called domestic fuel. Is called domestic fuel. Okay, the fuel which is used in house, it is called domestic fuel. Now example of domestic fuel. Now the example of domestic fuel. Example of domestic fuel is coal. Example of domestic fuel is example of domestic fuel will be coal, wood, cow dung cake, agricultural waste, etc. Okay, so these are the domestic fuels, means the fuels which are used in our house. One thing you have also left very eminent, that is LPG and kerosene also. LPG and kerosene. Okay, then you write etc. I hope it is clear. Next, after this, transportation fuel. Next we have fuel for the transportation. Okay, fuel for the transportation. Okay, fuel for transportation. Fuel for the transportation. Okay, what are the fuel for the transportation? Answer will be diesel. Okay, fuel for the transportation will be, okay, it will be diesel, it will be diesel, petrol, petrol, CNG, CNG, etc. These are meant for the transportation. We have a new term in our book, that is ATF, aviation turbine fuel. Okay, that is aviation turbine fuel. Okay, and ATS. Okay, what is ATS? Aviation turbine fuel. Aviation turbine, aviation turbine fuel. Question arises, what is aviation turbine fuel? Okay, what is aviation turbine fuel? Okay, aviation turbine fuel is a highly purified fuel, liquid fuel, which is used in, okay, what is ATS? Aviation, yes, tell me. It is
Sir,
highly aviation मतलब उड़ान. It is highly purified fuel
sir, highly
which is
purified.
used.
Sir, highly purified kerosene.
Purified. चलो ठीक है, केरोसिन भी होता है, डीजल बहुत तरह का होता है. Which is used in, which is used in aeroplanes, which is used in aeroplane and jet. This is called ATS. This is called, it is also called as jet fuel. इसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? जेट फ्यूल भी कहते हैं. ठीक है, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड इट. नाउ then we have the term, what is clean fuel? What is clean fuel? Then we have a term, what is clean fuel? Okay, then we have, so what is clean fuel? Clean fuel. Okay, what is clean fuel? The fuel which produces no pollution, which produces no pollution. The fuel which produces no pollution, it is called clean fuel. It is called clean fuel. Okay, it is called clean fuel, also called as green fuel, also called as green fuel. Okay, uh, I hope it is clear to you, clean fuel and green fuel. Clean fuel and green fuel would be clear to you. Okay, so what are the example of the clean fuel? Clean fuel and green fuel example are, it is CNG, LPG. They do not produce any pollution, hence they are called as the green fuel. Okay, next is the fuel for generating electricity. Okay, now fuel for the generating electricity. Powerhouse often burn coal to convert it into steam. Now you see what happened. The electricity which we are using at our home. Okay, electricity which we are using at our home, from where does it come? Electricity in our home. Okay, electricity at our home. From where it comes? Electricity at our homes. From where it comes? It comes from two sources. Okay, it comes from two sources. one by the tidal power, one by the tidal power, one through the tidal power, and second it comes through the thermal power. Okay, it comes through thermal power. Now what is tidal? Tidal means water. Tidal means water, and thermal means heat. Therm means heat. Okay, thermal means heat and tidal means water. The electricity which is produced with the help of water, that is called tidal power. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कहाँ प्रोड्यूस होता है? पावर स्टेशन में जनरेट होता है, ठीक है। और जो वाटर से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जहां प्रोड्यूस होता है उसको हम लोग कहते हैं हाइडल पावर स्टेशन, ठीक है। तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज प्रोड्यूस बाय द वाटर। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी दो तरीके से प्रोड्यूस हुआ, एक वाटर से प्रोड्यूस हुआ और दूसरा हीट से हुआ। तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस होता है पावर स्टेशन में, ठीक है। कहाँ प्रोड्यूस होता है? पावर स्टेशन में, ठीक है। पावर स्टेशन, पावर स्टेशन जहां वेयर द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज प्रोड्यूस्ड, where electricity is produced, where electricity is produced, उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? पावर स्टेशन कहते हैं। जहां इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस होता है उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? पावर स्टेशन। अब ये पावर स्टेशन दो तरह से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं। ये दो तरह से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, एक बाय वाटर, एक बाय वाटर एंड सेकेंड बाय हीट, ठीक है। एक कैसे प्रोड्यूस करते हैं? वाटर से, और दूसरा हीट से। तो जो वाटर से जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जो वाटर से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? वी कॉल देम हाइडल पावर स्टेशन, ठीक है। व्हाट वी कॉल देम? वी कॉल देम हाइडल पावर स्टेशन। लेट्स सी, ठीक है। टाइम इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी अप। उसको क्या कहते हैं? हाइडल मतलब हाइडल पावर स्टेशन, ओके। हाइडल पावर स्टेशन क्या कहते हैं उसको? हाइडल पावर स्टेशन। द when the power station, the power station which produce energy, कौन सा एनर्जी? इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, which produce electrical energy with water, okay, with water. This is called हाइडल पावर स्टेशन, ठीक है। हाइडल पावर स्टेशन का मतलब क्या हो गया? जहां एनर्जी पानी से बनता है, और जहां एनर्जी कोल से बनता है, हीट से बनता है, उसको क्या कहते हैं? थर्मल पावर स्टेशन, ठीक है। उसको क्या कहते हैं? थर्मल पावर स्टेशन। द पावर स्टेशन, द पावर स्टेशन, द पावर स्टेशन where energy is produced, where the energy is produced by heat, by heat. This is called thermal power. This is called thermal power, thermal power, ओके। तो इलेक्ट्रिक पावर बनता है एक वाटर से और दूसरा बना हीट से। जो वाटर से बना उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? हाइडल पावर। और जो कोयला से बना, जो हीट से बना, उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? हाइडल पावर। तो टेक इट डाउन and Om Sarkar is recording the video. Okay, next. I hope it is clear to you. So you have understood. Now the electricity, the fuel which is required for generating electricity. The fuel, how much time is left now? Some fuel is required required for